Hello friends, welcome back to my channel The Scholar Classes. Today we'll discuss the last part of the history lesson, the rise of nationalism in Europe. So before we move on to the unification of Germany, I would like to focus your attention on a country named Prussia because during revolutionary days in Europe, you will keep on hearing about this country most frequently. So Prussia doesn't exist today, but former West and East Prussia are today a part of Poland and Russia. They were given to these countries after the First World War. Prussia was historically a German state that originated in 1525. As the Frankfurt Parliament failed to unify Germany, and when the liberals were also crushed by the monarch, the process to make Germany as a nation state was carried by Prussia and Otto von Bismarck. Otto von Bismarck's ultimate goal was to unite the German state into a strong German empire with Prussia at its head. On September 30th, 1862, Bismarck made his famous blood and iron speech, which meant that Germany was to unify with the use of military force. Three wars over 7 years with Austria, Denmark, and France was fought. Prussia won all the wars and completed the process of unification. In January 1871, the Prussian king William I was crowned as German emperor in a ceremony held at Versailles. And this is how Germany was unified. Now let's discuss about unification of Italy. During the middle of the 19th century, Italy was divided into seven states, of which only one, Sardinia-Piedmont, was ruled by an Italian king. Hence, culture, tradition, and language was not same in all the states. The unification process were led by three revolutionaries, Giuseppe Mazzini, Count Camillo di Cavour, and Giuseppe Garibaldi. These three revolutionaries played an important role to unify Italy. During 1830s, Giuseppe Mazzini tried to unite Italy, and for this he had formed a secret revolutionary group called Young Italy, but his effort failed in 1830s and 1848. This failure made the ruler of Sardinia-Piedmont, King Victor Emmanuel II, to take the responsibility of unification through wars. Count Cavour was the chief minister of King Victor Emmanuel II. He, through her diplomatic skills, took the help of France and defeated Austria from the northern part of Italy in 1859. In 1860, Giuseppe Garibaldi marched into South Italy and the Kingdom of Two Sicilies. He succeeded in winning the support from the local peasants and defeated the Spanish rulers. Now let's talk about the strange case of Britain. To unify Germany and Italy, various revolutions and the idea of war was used, but this was not the same in the case of Britain. Before the 18th century, there was no British nation. People of different identities and ethnic groups such as English, Wales, Scot, and Irish lived in British Isle. They had their own culture and traditions, even their language were not same. But as the English nation was becoming powerful, it was dominating the other nations of the island. In 1688, without any revolution, the English Parliament took the power from the monarchy. The Act of Union of 1707 was signed between England and Scotland to form United Kingdom or Great Britain. According to this union, the British Parliament was dominated by the English members and the culture tradition of Scotland was suppressed. Hence, Scotland was made a part of United Kingdom. Ireland was a country deeply divided into Catholics and Protestant. The English helped the Protestant to establish their control on the country, which was further controlled by Catholics. Catholics were in majority in Ireland. Catholics revolted against the British but were easily suppressed and dominated. Thus, Ireland was forcibly made a part of United Kingdom in 1801. Thus, a new nation of Great Britain was born. After the end of all the revolutions in Europe and after the formation of nation state, the artists in the 18th and 19th centuries found a way to give a shape or face to the nation. Nations were then represented by female figures or allegories, which did not exist in real life. Example, Marianne in France and Germania in Germany. By the 1870s, nationalism was proving to be a failure as it was losing its main ideals among the citizens. The most serious nationalist tension can be seen in Europe after 1871, and the area was called the Balkans. Balkan was a geographical area which comprised of modern-day Romania, Bulgaria, Albania, Greece, Macedonia, Croatia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Slovenia, Serbia, and Montenegro. Together, they were all known as Slavs and were controlled by Ottoman Empire. These countries were forcefully captured by Ottoman Empire and were asked to follow the rules and regulations made by the monarch. Hence, the culture, tradition, language, ethnicity of these countries did not match with the Ottoman Empire and they struggled to gain independence. As the nationalist sentiment among the Slavs grew, this area became a conflicted area. The Balkans were jealous of each other too, and in times attacked each other. The differences among these countries made Russia, Germany, England to attack these areas, and hence many wars were fought, and finally the First World War. Nationalism mixed with imperialism led Europe to disaster in First World War. Lastly, all the countries of the world accepted the view that societies should be organized into nation states in which people can enjoy the freedom, liberty, and equality.